Rockstar Games has finally given us information for upcoming DLCs for both Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online. These updates are coming throughout May and in the summer months, and they claim to have the most frequently fan requested additions to both games, with a host of new items and quality of life updates, plus more. When I first read fan requested additions, I got my hopes up a little, but I don't know. I mean, I've never heard anybody requesting fake straw beards and furry buckles, but I don't know, maybe they're fans of their own game, so that's what they mean. Most requested fan additions from around the Rockstar office. I know most of my followers here are Red Dead Online fans, but I'll just quickly go over what the GTA Online update is going to bring. For GTA Online, it's going to be based around cars, performance and customization upgrades and stuff like this. It says that you'll be able to get together with like-minded gearheads and test and show off their rides without interference from authorities and other troublemakers. I think they meant griefers, but troublemakers is the same thing, I guess. They'll also be adding some multi-part robbery missions as well, which will again be revolving around getaway cars and vehicle modifications. And now for Red Dead Online. So I'm just going to read this out here from the Newswire. They said next week, Red Dead Online delivers 8 new races spanning iconic locations across 5 states. From the arid frontier outpost of Gaptooth Breach to the mining town of Annisburg and the swamps of Legras. Show off your proficiency on horseback in all forms of equine competition with the new standard races, along with new open races, where it's up to you to determine the best path to ride through all signal fires on a given course. So, new races I won't be playing. But it's good for people that like horse racing, I suppose. Or try your hand at new target races and open target races, where the aim is to take out target checkpoints with your trusty bow or arrow while on horseback. All these new races will be available on Red Dead Online players on May 25th, so that's next week basically. So nothing hugely exciting me there, but the next paragraph does make things a bit more interesting. Red Dead Online Summer Update will add a diverse array of new missions across the world for those looking to step into the criminal underworld. Down in Saint Denis, Angelo Bronte's trusted lieutenant Guido Martelli is working to create his own criminal network, so whether it's intimidation, unsavory crimes or larger, high-stake robberies, riders best be willing to do whatever it takes to earn their blood money. So as you heard there, high-stakes robberies. I mean, that is something a lot of people have been asking for in Red Dead Online. And they do have a picture on the Newswire of a posse robbing a train online, so hopefully we're getting something along these lines. It has been a long wait for something like that. I mean, one of the first things people like to do when they jump on Reddit Online is try to rob a train and get some loot, but you can't. You can borrow the train and take it for a spin, but you can't actually rob people on it or anything, so it would be kind of nice to be an outlaw in the Wild West. So definitely curious to see what they have coming for us in the summer. But let me know in the comments what you think. Are you getting excited about this? Are you really looking forward to this? Or have you been hurt by a few other updates and kind of trying to keep your expectations in check? The Newswire goes on a little bit more to tell us about the expanded and enhanced versions of Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto Online, which is something I'm personally interested in because it is quite difficult to play Grand Theft Auto now because you're playing as like an 8-year-old game and it shows at this stage. But we have a release date for the expanded and enhanced version, and that is November 11th, 2021. They're also going to have a few special benefits in the summer update for Grand Theft Auto Online for players to take advantage of the expanded and enhanced versions when they drop. Plus, in honor of the 20th anniversary, they're going to do something for Grand Theft Auto 3, so I'm looking forward to see what they have in store for us on that one as well. They have some more information on the standalone version of GTA Online, which will be available for players on both platforms. The new standalone version of GTA Online will be available for free exclusively on PlayStation 5 for the first 3 months. Thankfully, I was one of the lucky people that managed to secure a PlayStation 5 myself, but let's hope that stocks are available more so coming into Christmas 2021. They also just have a little reminder that PS Plus members can get the free 1 million by visiting the PlayStation Store each and every month. But that was pretty much everything that was on the Newswire. It's good that we actually got some information. I mean, we've been going a long time without hearing anything. The last 2 Outlaw Passes were pretty crap, to be honest. I did like the prestigious role Bounty Hunter. I thought there was some quality stuff getting added there. I mean, I really liked the 3 legendary bounties they added, plus I really loved the infamous bounties. I spent a lot of time playing through those. I also like the telegram missions. There wasn't many, there was only 3 added, but I like them. I like the rich pickings, the burglary one in Saint Denis, and I like the mission where you break into a horse and steal it. So I'd really like to see more kind of content like that coming. I'm not at all excited for the races next week, not at all, to be honest. Personally, I've just never really enjoyed the racing in Red Dead Online. It's triple cash and XP this week, but usually when I play it, it's usually just people grinding for cash and just staying AFK, or people just shooting you instead of racing. I don't know, it's not really my thing. They also say quality of life updates, which I know isn't the most exciting thing, but to be honest, it is something I am looking forward to because they have been improving the quality of the game over time. The animal spawns are quite secure now, as in I don't really have much problems with getting animals to spawn for me personally. The disconnects don't happen a lot at all. Unless there's a problem with my connection. It seems to be pretty stable, but let me know below what your experience is with this. Personally, I'd like to see something added that would let you play in a lobby with just your friends, like a crew only lobby or something like that. People really do need a place where they can go and just play with their friends and not have to worry that their account is going to get framed and they're going to get banned for no reason. I am excited that they're going to be adding more missions, especially more outlaw orientated missions. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. I know a lot of people have been looking for heists, but I don't think we're going to get heist like missions in this because they specifically used multi-tier missions with GTA Online, but they didn't with Red Dead Online. So I think we're just going to get like missions. So maybe it's going to be kind of like the missions that you play for the Moonshiner role. I'm also curious on how you'll access these missions. Are they going to be like free for everyone, or is there going to be a buy-in? Like, are you going to have to pay 20 gold to set up some sort of back-end dodgy shop in Saint Denis, like, you know? For most veteran players, I don't think we're too worried about gold. We've got too much of it. We're probably looking for reasons to spend it on, but for new players, that gold paywall can be a little overwhelming, especially at the start. The one thing that does kind of worry me about this though is a lot of this newswire is talking about these horse races, which, as I said earlier, is not something I'm interested in. And they spend very little time talking about the Angelo Bronte missions, so I'm a little worried that maybe this will be just a new stranger mission that you get to do or something like that, which would kind of suck if that's the case. So I'm really hoping it's going to be something a bit bigger, you know? I'd like to be able to purchase another property and then work through missions that way, you know? The player base really needs some quality content in this game. Like, we really do need it. People have uninstalled the game, and trying to get those players to come back and reinstall that game onto a limited hard drive, it requires good quality content, which is something they've been struggling to do. I mean, they've been spending most of their time trying to acquire new players now instead of trying to service their existing players, because I just don't think they can. I mean, Rockstar gives a lot of time between updates, to the point where a lot of people are uninstalling the game while waiting because they're just like, there's nothing coming. I mean, yeah, it's great for all the new players. There's a lot of content when you start, but once you burn through that, you're just going to be waiting a long time for the next one. Much longer than other games as well. A lot of other games service a few times a year, whereas Rockstar, you're looking at maybe 2 times a year, a small update and maybe a big one around Christmas. And they don't really foster a community either. They kind of just let the community try to make itself. They don't really influence it or help it in any way at all. Which, for an online game, you'd probably want to be doing more of that. I mean, it's all about building a community for an online game. So that's my thoughts on it for those of you who are interested. I'd be very interested to know what your thoughts are on the update and what you're thinking. If you like this kind of content, why not consider subscribing? Thanks to all my members who have been supporting the channel, especially through the long waits we have between updates. I really do appreciate it. That's it, people. Talk to you in the next one.